Okay, now let's talk about Dustin Poirier versus Conor. It is being targeted right now. Um, I made that video a while ago about where I think the division should go from here, and I had the division going a completely different way. I had RDA involved, I had Justin Gaethje involved, but those two are not even mentioned right now. Justin was. It's funny. I'll talk about it later, but yeah, those two have, have not or little been have little to no involvement in this whole 155 division right now. So Habib retires, right? Yesterday they announced that he retires, and yesterday they confirm it right away. Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler for the vacant title. Um, with that is a separate video, but let's talk about Dustin versus Conor. For one, they were speculating. I think it was a couple months ago after the fight, literally short after the fight, they were speculating for the third fight. What I was thinking is they're probably gonna make it for the belt, and that made no sense, and it was such a disrespect to the division. Fuck, it's cold. Sorry. Okay. So I thought it was a huge disrespect because it made no sense, right? And after speculations went on, they were saying it wasn't gonna be for a belt; it was just gonna be a 5 round bout. Um, and that definitely started making more sense because if it doesn't involve a belt, why not? It's a good fight. The trilogy, big money fight. Um, with Conor, he is a brilliant. Like, he makes you so invested in his fight. It doesn't matter if he's on a 5 losing streak, debatable, but from what we've seen, this man can be at the low, like getting submitted by Nick Diaz and then convincing people he's gonna beat him, and people were so invested because he lost. Um, who else? With Khabib, he lost. So many speculations about the rematch. The build up to Poirier, the build up to Cerrone. He always had that aura of, I know I can beat Habib. Give me that. He just, and part of me was like, okay, he has a point because he said, I fought the best of him that night, and he fought the worst of me that night. There's so many exceptions. He wasn't mentally there. He had the whiskey. He was drinking at the press. But that doesn't. Let's not take away anything from Habib's win, right? But he just always has something to convince us with. And with this fight, um, listen, we know Dustin now is a complete fighter. He has done it all now against Conor. He has taken him down. He has knocked him down. He's knocked him out. He's wobbled him on the feet, shown his weakness. You know, what has Conor done? Landed a few strikes, knocked him out the first time. We've seen from then Dustin is a complete different fighter. He's grown, but that's pretty much it. Um, so Dustin has exposed Conor as a very beatable guy. Very takeable. He, you can take him down very easily, right? Dustin is not the best wrestler, but he definitely took him down in a pretty surprising way. So we know the wrestling's there. We know Conor is very dangerous in the clinch with those shoulder strikes. So on the ground, on the fence, he's very dangerous. Dustin, very dangerous on the feet. Obviously, the ATT whole team is, from my opinion, is probably gonna be known for the calf kickers because almost everyone, Amanda Nunes, who else? I can't remember who else. But I mean, almost everyone from ATT is employing those calf kicks, and as they should, it's working. Um, so I believe Dustin is just gonna go train for this fight and prepare for this fight as any other fight. No pressure. We've seen what you can do to Conor. I feel like it's on Conor now. We've seen he can rise to the occasion when he's doubted by everyone. But in this fight, in my opinion, I can't side with Conor. The only reason why I'm not a bandwagon is because, listen, the calf kick has taken over this sport, right? And being Dustin and seeing how much success you had with the calf kick, it's almost stupid. Sorry, my mom calling me. It's stupid if you don't go right back to the leg kicks. Does that make sense? So, in my opinion, Conor and his team have to come up with a brilliant strategy to avoid those leg kicks, those calf kicks. Other than that, we've seen his boxing is there. Definitely, he used it. He prepared for a boxing match, basically. And Dustin didn't. He prepared for a mixed martial arts bout. Conor has to prepare for a mixed martial arts bout. Fully, prepare for a mixed martial arts bout. I feel like it's just like the boxing intrigues him a lot, but as a fan of the sport of MMA, I don't really want to see that, He could win, but is against Manny Pacquiao. It just doesn't really intrigue me. I want to see him win the belt, So I need him to prepare fully for an MMA bout, and it's up to him and his team to come up with a brilliant strategy to avoid those leg kicks. Other than that, we've seen his takedown defense is there sometimes it's not. We've seen his submission defense is there sometimes it's not. We've seen his boxing is there. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not on the best. He's sometimes not the most accurate. Sometimes he is. So we know everything what he's gonna bring. We know everything he brings to the table. But in my opinion, he needs to come up with something to defend those calf kicks. And other than that, I'm siding with Poirier just to the fact of, man, we've seen how much success you had with, like, why not go to it? Until Conor, comes up with something, I'm siding with Poirier because we've seen Poirier's, check hook caught Conor so many times in that fight. He is such a dangerous striker. He has the wrestling. We've seen how dominant he can be in other fights also. We've seen the heart that he displays against Justin Gaethje, Eddie Alvarez, Dan Hooker. So, we've seen it all. I think Conor has a lot to prove to himself in this camp and has a lot to prove to us that he's still there. This might be his last fight. Who knows? If he loses again, what is next? Why? He just sold his whiskey, so that fight, hopefully I'll be able to go to the fight. I said next time, and I want to watch Conor fight before he retires or I die. Before I die, I want to tell my kids I want to go watch that guy fight. I wanted to do that with Tabib, but financially, I was saving up for something pretty big. I don't think anyone's gonna watch this from my main channel, so I have something very big planned in a couple of months. Hope to God it comes true. I've been saving up for a while, and once I make this purchase, man, I'm gonna be a happy man. Alright, guys, hope you guys liked the video. I went a bit overboard, but let's get to editing right now. I hope you guys liked the video. Peace.